Oh, we are live. Hey, what's up, GP? How you doing, brother? Trying to get this. I got this on my phone today, making sure that we're somewhat decent. I went out to Walmart there after church and bought a little phone tripod thing. Try to get a little bit better quality because the quality's been pretty crap. Uh, New timeout length. You can put people in timeout for a different length, ranging from 10 seconds to 24 hours. Okay, got it. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, guys. Merry Christmas. Hey, tomorrow. Been a little while since we chatted. So, what have I been up to? I can't. I don't even know if we can discuss everything in the past 2 weeks that I've been up to, man. I don't know that I'm ever gonna be a real YouTuber. How's the audio? Is it all right? We just make sure the audio is good. We and me both. Loud and clear. You on the burgers, bud? I've been watching. I've been trying to check out the live streams every now and then. You've been pumping them out, trying to get that watch time up. I just was looking at mine. Let me see. Earn. What are we at? Earn on YouTube. Start earning journey membership. So I'm at the memberships spot. I'm not there yet. I need 3,000 public watch hours, and I'm at basically 2,500 right now. And then for the actual monetization, yeah, I'm at 2,500. So I'm about halfway to monetization. I've got the subscribers blown out of the water since that stupid short video went up. But I did see that you were talking about your watch time, and I hadn't paid attention too much to it because I remember when I first got my first channel going, however many years, 8 9 years ago. Um, I think I was monetized within like maybe a year or two. I don't know. Once I got with Bill and Landy on that it blew right up. But I don't think any of the watch time and that type of thing was a thing back then. I think it was so many subscribers. It was something funky. Nonetheless, though, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers. Pretty freaking crazy. Yeah, we are about 70 away. 70 away from 5,000, man. Incredible. Velcro, what's going on? Um, no, man, just winging it. No, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. If you can do that, you're under 1,000 watch that. Well, I'm hoping to be helping you, even if I'm not there. I've got it going on my other monitor. I've got this was my old gaming setup, so I've got a gaming computer. I've got my streaming rig. I've got one monitor here, one monitor there, and I usually have my iPad over here. So, like if I'm editing or doing something with a thing, I'll try to stick a live stream up on mute on the other monitor just to kind of help. It doesn't like back when Velcro was hitting up the videos all the time. I would have one of his videos going just for the time, the engagement factor for how YouTube does that stuff. So I try to help people out on that monitor generally because I'm not watching that side. I'm focused right here doing this. So I'll keep it up. Uh, and like I said, I'm not very good with the comments. I usually will stick it on a playlist or you know uh, whatever the case may be, or the auto whatever the heck you want to call that. Autoplay. Yeah. Um. All right. So we'll get back. We'll get to your question here. What's going on? Uh, but I don't make the vids. It's all good. The firewood processor looks dope. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. Bro, I always appreciate it. You've been a big help. Right after you and I talked about a short, I got one that's up at, yeah, exactly. Just keep hammering them. I stopped with the shorts pretty much. It's nice right now, just because I'm having so many problems with GoPros in the woods. And my biggest issue is if I don't bring them with me or leave them in a vehicle that I'm in, like, no, I don't leave them out in the woods in the tractor, but I'll leave them in my truck locked up, blah blah blah. And with the 0 or 10 degree nights, the batteries don't like it. And then I've got all my batteries on a block, and usually I have my little Harbor Freight Armstrong uh, battery backup deal, charging them. But when this freezes, everything else freezes. You can't win with them unless they're warm. I don't know how the new ones are. Mine are eights, and I bought them back when I was logging full time, and they work great when you're out skidding. You're in a 100-degree cab. But yeah, I do have a lot of content. No, it's on my phone. I do have a lot of content on my phone from the GoPros that I'm going to try to process up, but the content that I've kind of been putting out, the relevant stuff, has just been, unedited, clip style from my phone. So just because I'm not very good with editing on the phone yet, so we will get back to it. This week we do have some 40s and 50 degrees coming. We lost all of our snow. I was able to get well, you guys basically got a pretty good gist of it. I ended up selling the side by side back 4 weeks ago. Got $15,000 for that, and I took that money and decided to put it into a firewood processor instead of a skidder, a bigger tractor or something like that. Because I've got it figured out where, like I said, I'm not very good at the math off the top of my head, especially during a live stream. But if I'm selling wet wood at $300 a cord here, I forgot how many cords. I think it's like 26. I don't know. I know I can get the calculator on the computer. Actually, my wife just showed me that when we were doing taxes. Calculator, there it is. All right, so let me just take a quick 26 times. Uh-oh. Where is it? MC? No. Okay, so 50. Okay, so 50 cords of firewood will be $15,000. 50 cords. So right now, this week, processing without my log deck. So I've been processing anything from 4 foot to 8 foot, basically, from my tractor forks. I've already got about 3 cords down. So I need 50 cords. Let me do this a little better here. Let me try 45. 45 times 300. That's closer. We do 40. That 40, 300. Okay, so there you go. So 40 cords is going to pay off that machine. I've got 3 cords down. It could even be 4 cords. So what my biggest thing is to get 40 cords run through this machine as fast as possible. If I can make that happen, the machine has paid for itself. And that was my whole thing with the side by side. I love the side by side. It just wasn't making me money. It was one of the fanciest things that I had, besides my saws and everything else that makes me money. That basically just got me out to the woods. So I decided to take that. I'm going to say, what do you want to call that? I don't really know what to call the side by side. It was an asset. It got me to where I needed to go, especially down at Graham's property. I can't get my truck down there. Sometimes the tractor even has a hard time. So the side by side was nice to get me down there, but it was a wicked liability. I bought the machine for $13,700. I had to put a $3,500 transmission into it last year. I did $2,500 lift kit, $1,500 rims and tires, and it was about $25,000 hole I had buried myself in with that side by side. Everything was paid for it. You know, it wasn't hurting me by having it, but equivalent to a boat. But yes and no. Side by side, I'm gonna get another one. I really do enjoy the side by side, and it wasn't so much the riding, but it was the fact that I could take and put a pallet in it, like my IBC totes. I could actually fill an IBC tote, throw it in the back of the side by side, and bring it up home. So it was useful for that stuff. But I'm kind of looking at picking up an old Kubota or a John Deere or something that doesn't have. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say it doesn't have the uh, the clutch, the belt clutch, but I hate to say that because the first one that I had, my dad's 570 Ranger, that thing has never had an issue. And my brother-in-law's Razor and his Ranger never had an issue either. So I don't know. Maybe it was just my machine. After the modifications, of course, I did the Gilman, um, the biggest tune Gilman did for it. The thing would do just on the low end 80 mile an hour down the road, about as long as a school bus and pushing 32-inch tires. So, you know, it was just a, it was a, it was a, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't good for what I was doing. We'll sum it up to that. If you wanted to put it in the mud or something like that, it would do that, whatever. But driving over stumps and, you know, backing up a hill is how I blew the transmission out of it. It broke the internal. There's a snorkel gear for the outputs for the CV shafts, and I was literally backing up out of pretty good hill. Wasn't pulling nothing. Wasn't doing anything, and it just blew apart on me. Nonetheless, I got all that fixed. I built it. I had Polaris build it for me with a dual reverse chain. Blah 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 blah. Nonetheless, it's gone. I miss it. I do for the firewood stuff hugely, but hopefully this processor will get me one with a cab and heat and a plow. That's what I would like to do next. I'm also looking at the. I keep saying Toyotami in my head. The Toyota mini trucks. I forgot what the heck they're called. I thought they were like Tamiya, but I know that's the RC stuff. But I'm looking at one of them. I'd like to get one of them little pickups with a plow and track. So I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going to go when I go back to looking at them. Yeah, we lost all our snow with that big rain that we had. We've got some snow in the woods still, but not too much. Um, the flooding's down. I actually went down to help a buddy. I had his snowmobile trailer here, and he got flooded real bad. I guess the Ausable River blew its banks out, and he bought an Airbnb house that was flooded. And he hired me this year to do a little bit of dirt work for him and that type of deal, putting a berm around the place. And The water ended up rising, went around the berm, beautiful, but it kind of got stuck in the trees and backed up right into the house. So, gonna be looking to do some more fixing of that next year. I hope be some more good dirt work. Ooh, I'm moving my camera too much here. Hey, swivel. Um, but what was it? I ended up getting a brand new Honda push mower from him. He was the one that had the. I did a little bit of work for him, and I got the snowblower, the. I don't know if you guys seen that yet. The brush hog, but he had a new Honda push mower. He bought a couple of them when he had a couple mowing contracts out Lake Placid, and one of them was underwater about a foot, and I went over, and he was running this little John Deere. He had a 110 John Deere, whatever the heck it was, and he was showing me where the water was, and I was like, and it just started up. He said, well, no. He says it didn't start. I had to put a booster pack on it. Well, I ended up pulling the dipstick out, and the the oil was mud, and the thing been running for him for. So I changed the oil all out on that, and yeah, I told him it probably wasn't actually dead. It was probably hydro locked, but the push mower was completely submerged, and I brought that home. And after I was able to get the ice out of the cylinders and whatnot, I ended up putting WD-40 in, sprayed it all down, changed the oil about 6 times in it, and I got that going. So that way my son can start doing little things around the house here this summer. I bought him a little push mower at a yard sale last year, a little Poland. Really not a very good thing. You get into any grass, 2-3 inches tall, thing just about stall out. So he'll be liking that a little bit better. He wants one with the self, whatever the heck you want to call it. I've never had one of them self-propelled units, but I told him you work up to that stuff. As long as I just keep getting these free ones, make a little bit of money, and then you can buy yourself one and be appreciative. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost up. With that processor, you can get another side. Exactly. That is, depending on how this actually goes. Like I said, I've been kind of doing the, what do you call it, the drowning all summer. I went from climbing trees, bucket truck work, logging, siding houses. I've been blown all over the place, and I love it. But I haven't really had too much that stuck with me except for climbing. I know I've got climbing jobs coming up in the spring. I know I've got climbing jobs out in Plattsburgh that I've already looked at and gave them estimates on, and that. But the wintertime was where I was worried if I was going to have to go plow for a contractor or whatever. My insurance company wouldn't allow me to go out and do my own plowing because it's a huge liability, they were saying. So nonetheless, I'll plow for family, and I'll make firewood, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And like I said, I wish my dad and I went out last Thursday, and we had to drive down to Ithaca. I think it was just north of Ithaca, New York. It's about 5-6 hours down. We went. I used the processor down there, and it wasn't the greatest demo in the world. The thing was pretty botched up. So I it put a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. More of the Chinese feeling, but I kind of listened to the fella, and he says, I've been using it for 3 years, so everything wear and tear wise, you kind of see what has happened to my machine. Like the actual log stop paddle was broken off. The live deck, you could see through a couple chains, and the conveyor was what gave him the most problems. He had a couple conveyors there on the ground. So all in all, especially with uh, the tree work job trees that he had stationed next to the thing. I mean, he had some gnarly wood. So the damage and everything else that was done to his machine, I knew with the wood we have up here, as long as I don't get into too much elm, it should be doing me all right. But he said that they had done a lot of changes. Like we put a couple pieces of elm in his, and it kept stalling on him. And I was like, well, this is kind of a joke. Um, but elm being dried out elm is terrible, terrible splitting stuff. So we for the most part where I am right now, we're dealing with a lot of ash and maple. So they split nice, and I have got into a couple chunks of elm with mine, and it has absolutely just destroyed it. So it's mine's got a lot more power, and he said that the newer ones have a lot better power, and they're a lot more refined than they were 3 years ago. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do with it, and I've already messed up my belt, and I broke a bar stud. I went to tighten up my bar just a little bit more Thursday, and I broke it. But luckily, there was a washer and a lock nut, or a lock washer on it, so it left me enough threads to actually tighten her down. So I've got the new conveyor belt and bar nuts, or bar studs coming. And I did get a couple extra ones of them. I did just get a bar and 4 chains, which completely changed the machine again. That it cuts through the wood really well now. Yeah, elm sucks. Green elm, not a big deal, but when it dries, like the old boys, and I've had it on DOT when we were cutting elm off the sight distance wise, throwing sparks the whole time you're cutting the crap. I mean, you want to talk about just nasty stuff. Willow, yeah, yeah, I've got a willow that broke in the back here. Thing is probably, not kidding you, I'm going to estimate maybe 60 to 80 inches around the back. The back, I know I could lie down next to the tree and it would still be wider than me laying down. So that's going to be a nasty one to come down. Luckily, the most of it broke off the first heavy storm we had this year. Yeah, and it grows like gangbusters here. Um, you just bid on one. That's going to be a sight. This one's a nasty one just because it we this house used to be this house was built in the 1800s. My neighbor's was built in the 70s or 80s. So this was the parents. The place right behind me was the kids. And I bought this place back 5 6 years ago for 20,000 or something like that, just to not owe rent or anything like that. Pay this off, have my little spot here, and them kids were putting tree stands and tree forts and everything else in that tree. And then the last neighbors that I had right behind me, their kids were up in that tree putting tree forts in. And then neighbor Dominic, uh, now he's not a little boy, he's like 16, 15, 16. He was up there putting a tree fort in it. So it's gonna be a nasty job. So not to mention it's fed by a spring. There's a spring running right underneath the thing, so it's it's gonna be a job. It's a giant. I doubt he'll bite. I wouldn't spend that much to get rid of it. Wouldn't hurt nothing if it broke apart for the next time. Yeah, that's a nice job then. That's a nice job when it's not over any structures or lines or anything like that. Total remover. Wow, that's not bad, man. If it's that big, yeah, I wouldn't say that's too much. If it is that big, I mean that's gonna be you're gonna want to probably have another 500i coming. That's like burn up. I'm reasonable, man. I would say yard buck because I mean 8 foot across. You're gonna have to freaking. I don't know what your loader. Well, yeah, 880, but regardless, you're gonna have to freaking cut them chunks in half or maybe even quarters. I don't know what your machine will lift, but I mean this one's gonna be a real problem just because it's in a swamp. 59-inch bar loader pick 3K. Yeah, yeah. I'd be interested to know what them chunks weigh. I've been watching a lot of crane picking, and it is surprising how much they will pick, but it is also surprising on just a normal 30 inch diameter tree, the chunks they take, and they're like, oh, that's 8,000 pounds. Like, holy cow. One of the biggest regrets I have was 2 weeks ago. What was it? No, it was last Friday, not yesterday, or the day before yesterday. We had a chainsaw Christmas event down at Babby's farm, and I'm gonna estimate there was probably 250, 300 people there. Maybe that's way over, way under, whatever. But it's not a huge place, but it is big at the same time. And we had a chainsaw event. It started at 7, and I left at 2 in the morning. And I brought my GoPros. I brought everything to stream it and this, but it was such a cluster of people, and I got to meet so many cool people, and in the tree industry helping me out with saws and filing and this and that, and I didn't record a bit of it. I did not record a bit of it. Um, I'm gonna get with Babby. I think I was gonna get with him this Friday, but we had a little Christmas event, so I'm hoping next Friday. And what I want to do is I want to take some of my new pipes and some of the old pipes that I have, uh, and I want to test them. He's got 372s there. He's got 500Is there. Um, and I think primarily that's what I want to test because that's what I'm using. That's what I've been building these pipes for. But I want to see what the difference is in speed. Like the whole night, I think we were cutting popple. They had like 12 by 12, 8 by 8, uh, 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 milled, uh, you know, kind of like ties, railroad ties, or just planks, and didn't matter what saw you ran or brung. Like I was running a 28-inch most of the night, and the guys that I was cutting with are 16s and 20s, and it made me. Nobody understood why I had the big bars, but after we talked a little bit, they understood. Um, but I was running. It was cool. It was cool. They had do the old hammer on the workbench, and then you start cutting. Um, and I licked quite a few saws. I got the my 371. Just a little bit of transfer work done to that one, and my pipe I ended up spanking once or twice. Okay, a 592, which was awesome, and then once I changed to his side, he blew me away by a cookie. So I think I had the good side, but either way, it was pretty cool. um, sorry, I'm missing my Missing my 59-inch bar. We'll pick 3,000 pounds. Me too, buddy. How you doing on the smoking? I see the douche flute. Welcome to yeah. Well, this thing tastes like garbage. New York State will only let us have tobacco now. They won't let us have any blueberries or anything like that. So yeah, I've got these. These are good for clouds, the turbos. But this has been the primary. The Jewel, just a little subtle deal. Cherry candy. Well, you just rub that in. Now this thing tastes horrible. This tastes like I like black coffee. This tastes like coffee with caramel and lots of sugar. But it feels like I'm dragging a cigar. I mean, I got a lot more, a lot more cloud edge or whatever with it. But when my lungs fill with this, it feels similar to that. So it's not so much for the clouds, it's for the. But I don't miss it. I don't miss smoking cigars at all. I don't miss the smell. I don't miss any part of it. And I have not had the urge to buy one at all. At all. Weirdest thing in the world. Where, I mean, I was. Yeah, I was choosing not to get drinks in the morning, which isn't like me. Usually I go out, I've got a Yeti cooler and I'll fill my drinks and stuff like that. I would frickin' just, which is stupid, I know. I just take tap water in, and usually I need a little bit of energy, so I'll have a Code Red with that red dye or Monsters, but I would stop buying that to get my cigars if times were tough, you know. But now, $30 from this, and this lasts me over a week. And I've got another one here, which this is the first one that I got. This is over a week old now, and it's still. It's still doing it, but it's got a little bit of that coil taste. So it's close. It's close to being out. So I just bought this one today, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it hits where it needs to hit, I guess. Have you seen the super cool pipes for like 800 smackers, bro? Yeah, I did. I was looking at them. Actually, I haven't looked in a while. I probably should do it on this monitor. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one. Because I want to know what the comparison is. I don't. If my pipes do anything close to sold out or no longer available, oh, I hope not. Please let it be sold out because I didn't get one yet. Out of stock. Okay, good. Yeah, the pretzel. Yeah. Which I'm not after the pretzel. Maybe I am after the pretzel. Yeah, $850 for the pretzel, which is like my design of the serpent or whatever that Buckin was calling it. I know that pipe performs. I know that pipe performs really well. I've got. I actually just met C&M. Is it C&M or? I think it's C&M. Custom. He comes in here every now and then. I was just leaving the store the other day, and I got cut off by this silver pickup, and it was my old buddy Cody, C&M Customs on here, and we talked for a minute. But it's just such a busy time of year, such a busy time of year. But yeah, no, yeah, $850 for the pretzel. Hey, more power to him. You know, he's got Buck and Billy Ray on his side. And there's not much competition, you know. when it comes to these, I'm not building anything in the realm of these pipes. I very interested to see what he's got for time and labor in them, just because I know my time and labor. If I was actually to estimate it, I may be making like $8 an hour building them because of the, like the one we built on live stream. I think it was like an eight, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. But then I probably got 5 6 hours just polishing it up, trying to get all the rough spots off. It's hard. It's very hard. Now $850, yeah, that's absurd. That's absurd. But Buckin's he is one of the best spokespersons or salesmen. I've always got a salesman vibe off Buckin. From the minute I saw him, I'm nowhere near. Uh, I'm good with people, but Buckin is Buckin. You know what I mean? He could sell ice to an Eskimo or that type of deal. And he said that before he started doing tree work, he was a salesman. So the one that I'm looking at, or the one that I do plan on getting down the road, will be the 500i pipe, and that's $300, and that's double what I charge. I've got mine on for 150, on the eBay, and I'm waiting to hear a review back from the fellow that bought one up in Canada, and then I just put two more on, and I see that a couple people have them in their shopping carts on eBay right now, but I think with the Christmas time, everybody's stopped kind of spending the money, and even $150 is a lot. That's a lot of money. 50 to $80 is where I'm comfortable, but I would be making $1 an hour type of deal, and it's not worth my time. So I like them. They're loud. They were actually a little bit embarrassing at the show. But then I had guys that come out with full expansion chambers, and I didn't feel so bad after that. But when I was running against stock saws, especially when I was on the right side and the person cutting was on the left, they were getting that exhaust straight at them. So maybe it was an intimidation factor that I didn't really think about. But no, I'll probably suck it up and get the $300 one down the road, just to test apples and oranges, just because I'm interested to see what he was able to get out of what he had built there, from a builder's standpoint. Yeah, man, red dye 40, yeah. I don't know, it works. It works for the kids. It works for me. How are you doing with it? You're still. I see you still puffing on it. $800 for a pipe? Nope, nope, no. Yeah, I know. I look at it like turbos and stuff like that. I've played with ported saws. The biggest thing about it is I played with ported saws, and I played with stock saws, and then I played with stock saws with a proper pipe for the stock saw, and that I notice so much more out of than the ported saws. But I can't put a ported saw on a bench like that because I haven't experimented with everybody's porting. And even a ported saw with a stock pipe is not I don't know, it's kind of like putting an exhaust, like these oh, freaking knows. Like I had an old CRF 250 street bike, or it was dirt bike enduro thing. Oh, like my nose. Let me see. When I put an exhaust on it, it really didn't do anything until I tuned it with a power commander. Okay, so what I'm seeing with a porting is basically they're doing the power commander, and like I said, this is the way that I understand it. or the way that I can kind of explain it, putting a power commander on a fully stock machine, where yes, you can play with fuel rates, you can play with this, that, and the other thing, but if you can't get more air in or air out, you're not gaining nothing. I've done the intake. A two-stroke engine is a big air pump. You can add all you want for filtration or remove it, but without freeing up the exhaust, you're not gaining. So that's my biggest rant on that. And I don't, like I said, I'm not very good at just explaining things. So, whatever you want to call it. Too expensive, absolutely. Yeah, it is TIG welded. Yeah, absolutely, and it's light. I would imagine it's light. Mine are heavy, and that's one of the biggest issues that I have with the flanges. Is the flanges don't like the heavy. They break. So that's why I've kind of neutered the serpent deal, because I kept breaking the flanges off, even when I welded two together. Nonetheless, we'll see. We'll see. I don't plan on spending $1,000 on a muffin for a saw though. I would love to see all of those pipe boxes, Egan Performance, whatnot. Yeah, yeah, and maybe I'll do that. Like I said, maybe I'll do that because I think I seen two 500 eyes at Babby's. If that's the case, no, actually they already have one. They have a stock. I do remember this. They have a stock 500 eye. They had a 500 eye with a bark box, and then they've got my muffler. So we could at least do three, and then if I do decide to get another, which I ordered one, but it was a scam. Long story, blah blah blah. So when I do decide to get another 500i, maybe I'll throw on the Egan Performance straight shot or whatever the heck they want to call it. I'd be interested to see that, very very much. But at least if we could test three, that would be cool. No SIGs for me. I'm done with them. Screw those things. Amen, brother. Amen. RC Fun, how you doing, brother? Stock exhausts on all of them suck. True. The way they had it, yeah. Let the dyno speak for itself. If I had one, I would be very interested. Because even my saws, if they weren't cutting as well as a stock saw, the whole saw Christmas deal that we did was a lie, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I was running my chain, they were running theirs. I sharpened mine, played with the rakers, do it on a daily, these guys are farmers, mechanics, that type of thing. They do log, but they're not doing it for a living. I'm doing it for a living, so I know what my saw likes. I know what I do. So even if my saws weren't cutting like theirs, or even if they weren't on the same level as theirs, if I had a sharper chain and the rakers were done right, it spoke for itself. So there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot with all that. Even buying box store chain, I get box store chain that cuts great. I get box store chains that I gotta take frickin' 2-3 swipes off the rakers to get them to cut. And usually I take a box chain and I'll sharpen it myself, just because you don't get the same chain every time. Well, like I said, we could test three. We could definitely test three. I don't know how exactly we'd. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking at a spool of it now. Well, one thing that sucks is that the processor bar and chain is 325. So I've got to figure out sprocket size, how I can change that to match everything else. That way I could just go get a roll, 500 foot roll, and make my own processor chains and all that. I just went out and bought 4 of them the other day, and I've been swapping them back and forth. But yeah, 325. It cuts great. It cuts great. And I ran it yesterday. Actually, my dad and grandfather came over because we put up the, which I'll show a clip of that. One of these days when I get back down there. We got Christmas tomorrow, so we got the log table all on there now, so I can do 16 foot logs. I just keep stacking them, and then when I get to run the processor, I got a live deck now that feeds it down to me, puts it to the processor. So that we got that all figured out. We did about a cord yesterday, and I never sharpened or changed the chain once with that processor. That's why I bought it. To be honest with you, that's a $15,000 chainsaw. Stupid. Stupid as that sounds. The little bit of firewood that I've done for myself down there, when I take, the processor around here usually like 16 foot. So if I've got a log that's 7 foot that I'm not gonna send to the mill because it's 7 foot, they're not gonna take it. Processor guys aren't gonna take a 7 foot log, so I'll take that and I'll buck it into 16s, throw it in my truck, bring it home, and split it up. I would do that at the end of the day generally, and every single time I would either hit bad spot in the log where I dull a chain. I would just tip the ground or something like that and it dull the chain. I don't have to worry about any of that now with the processor. I bring the log through, it cuts through it. I've cut through dirt balls. It doesn't do any good to the chain, but it cuts through it. One of the biggest reasons right there. Every single time I mess up a chain or I ruin a chain, I've got 2 left for the 500. And I think I might have 6 or 8 left for the 372s. But I have ruined so many chains this year. Just filing it past the line, there's nothing left. That processor alone now is going to save me money with that. I mean, when I buy the Oregon chain for the EXL for the 600i, I think I get it for $58 a chain, and usually I buy 4 or 6 packs of them. And like I said, I mean, after 1 week, I can file one chain right back past the line with how dirty some of this wood is, especially with the ash, the bark on the ash. Yeah, you told me that. You told me that you bought all the the steel stuff from that dealer that shut her down, eh? That's a blessing and a half. That was a hard amount of money to spend at first, but I bet you're smiling now, huh? Yeah, I've seen you have Christmas been coming in for the past month or so there for the live streams. Yeah, no, I understand, buddy. I understand completely. I would not pass that up either. Would not. But yeah, I really do regret not getting any content of that. That was a blast. That was an absolute blast. They had there was a couple guys. I did the alcohol on the 371. I didn't notice as much as I thought. They had some guys there with some, I don't know what the heck the ethanol. I don't know what the fuel grade, but it was over 105 or something like that. So I was running some of that in the 371s. I did not dare to do it in the 500i, just because of tuning reasons, and I can't afford right now $300 system or cylinder. But yeah, I understand that, buddy. There is no savings account on this end right now. Not with Christmas. that time of year. But that was, like I said, that was an investment, just like with a processor. 15,000 one hand, back out the other to the processor. I was at the point of, do I keep it for uh, winter, to kind of keep a little nest egg type of deal, and not suck off that $15,000, but just keep it as a security blanket all winter long, or put it to something that I'm going to use and make money with all winter long. And kind of every single time I do a chunk of firewood or whatever, it's an investment. Whatever I don't sell green, I'll sell next fall. You know what I mean? So there's a lot. There's a lot with it. Processor will pay for itself. Absolutely, I will. Absolutely. As long as something doesn't catastrophically go wrong with it. It's the GP shaft. It usually is, buddy. It usually is. I don't have, I don't know. I keep running people off. Yeah, I know. I got warranty. I got warranty for a little while. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, the content's going to be a little bit different, I guess. We're moving in a different direction. I do have some. I do have some tree jobs. Like I said, I don't record them though for liability reasons, but I'll try. I'll try to do a little bit of stuff with them. I had a pile of tree jobs on the cameras this year. I didn't know how to work them in. Have I ever rope walked? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, let me say this. I have. Okay. No, I have not. I don't think. I don't think I've ever rope walked. I have limb walked. If that may, of course, you'd understand that. No, I don't think I've ever had to walk a rope. But limbs, yes, I've been tied in. Done the limb walking, but no, I don't really think. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I mean, I probably would. I've got the softest baby feet you'd ever meet. If I don't have socks when I get out of bed, my feet hurt. So I'm always in work boots, always. So for me to walk a rope with work boots, I don't see how that would work, especially being steel toe. You almost need your feet to grab onto the rope to be cushioned with the rope. Walk straight up the rope with a feet. No, I have never done that either. I have muscled my way up with a rope plenty of times, doing the tree work, but I don't have a foot or knee ascender yet. No, I don't know if I want one. I've never been very good with a throw ball. Every time I do the throw ball, I end up absolutely destroying my finger. I actually got that finger stuck in a conveyor. There's a big old chunk missing out of my finger right there. But that's right where there was about 6 or 8 scars from throw balls this year. Throwing the rope and having the rope do the old loop around the finger, and it just melts into your finger. Yeah, I was looking at the big shots. I was looking at them. I don't know. I don't do so much of that. I climb. I climb from the bottom up. The biggest thing that I could see with the big shot, or even when I'm using a throw ball, is generally to tie up as high as I can, put a pole on a tree. Um, I've never thrown a rope to get up in a tree, more or less. Add into the arsenal, absolutely, absolutely. But generally, like I said, I'll even run up the tree 20, 30 feet, uh, hang a rope, and then climb down it and pull a thing over if I need to, if it's that type of scenario. But no, I don't know. I've got winches and all that other stuff, but I've kind of, I don't know. It's one of them. I could use it, but I wouldn't use it as much as, or maybe it would be one of the things. Once I get one, I'd use it so much more. I don't know. Any climbing boot, I don't work boot with a heel is what I use. Let's talk boots. A couple months ago, I really could have had your freaking ear, but I've talked myself down because I had a pair of freaking $800 boots in my cart there. No, no, they weren't Wescos or Wescos. No, I was looking at JK. Your buddy had me looking at boots. Uh, Organics. Nicks, yeah. Nicks. Wrangler Star was on about the Nicks for a while. But, yeah. Sean, yep. He was the one that I was talking to about the boots. And then he was talking about the Patriots or whatever the heck it's called that he got for 200, $300, and he was doing a test. They have ground pounder boots, bro. Why are we talking about boots then? Sounds like you already got a brand. So you're saying I need to look at ground pounder boots? I'd at least go after him for stealing your name, right? Boy, this freaking stuffy nose is driving me nuts. Ground pounders, yeah. Flat sole though. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. I have bought. My problem is I go so long with a pair of boots. Like, no, I can't say that. Usually I get a year to 2 years out of my boots. Just what it is. I use Red Wings. I use Chippewas. I've used a lot of them. My Red Wings, they usually last me 6, 8 months. Some of the most comfortable boots I've wore. Break-ins never been a problem for me. The Chippewas that I have are like the absolute trashiest boot, but I've got 3 years out of them boots now. 3 years. I've never had boots that last me that long. Yeah. Yeah. They're not laced up though, the Western style, right? They're like a boot, a cowboy or a muck boot or something like that, where you stick your foot in and no lace. Is that what you're saying? Let me see. Yeah. I would not feel very comfortable climbing in them. No, that would be cool to stick on to go throughout the, yeah. Go take my coal ash out or wood chips or something out of the house. I would wear something like that. But as far as working in, I wouldn't be able to. Gotta do my nose again. Uh, no, I've got to have it laced, snug, and it's actually a pain. These would be good right now because I'm wearing frig. Like I said, I wish I could get my thing. I've got socks that go up to my knees. They're insulated wool socks. They go up past my knees, about to my bottom of my thigh or whatever the heck you want to call it. Just about that much above my knee. I've got socks that go up that. I've got my long underwear on, and then I've got uh, whatever you want to call it, pants, the lined pants. Um, so the problem with mine is I've got the thick wool socks that are all the way up. I got my long underwear that go all the way down to my ankle, and then when you go to put that in the boot, what does it want to do? It wants to pull up. The sock's fine, but the long underwear gets bunched up top of the boot. So something like the cowboy boot style might. I mean, my muck boots don't affect it at all. But I usually have to tie my pants in to the muck boots. But they don't bother me as far as flimsiness or anything like that. But as far as lacing up spurs or my climbing spikes, yeah, I don't think I would be that comfortable in them. I respect you for doing it. I tell you that. That's got to be one heck of a feeling. Have something that floppy, man. Man, that would drive my foot nuts. Only thing I wear other than climbing. The Arbor Pro Evo 2. I've heard of them. I've heard of them. Let me see. Where are you? Arbor Pro Evo 2. Take a look at these guys. Oh yeah. Okay, so these are like a hiking style. Small channel there. That might be good for your spikes. The geckos would fit right in there nice. They've got that little. It's not actually a heel, but it's cut in there for. Look at that. Huh. Look like a ski boot. Evo 2s. So what are they claiming with these? Evo 2, newly updated Evo 2. These boots offer better ankle support, durability, movement, higher pads, stronger stretching, reinforced lace, upgrade, authentic loop attach point. Okay. Climbing boot, especially designed for arborists. Alright, so that actually makes complete sense. Are they steel toe? Probably not. Romania? Well, no, then. Huh. I don't know. Them are fancy, though. Like space shoes. They're like carbon fiber. Yeah, I don't know how. I wouldn't be able to use them. They would absolutely kill my back. Like I said, if I don't have at least a 2-inch heel, make me get above that 6-foot mark, no good. Todd Adams, you made it, buddy. I'm thinking about Wesco Highlanders. Like I said, man, if it's not, I'm not a boot guy. I'm not a boot guy. I am black and white. If I'm gonna buy a boot, it's gonna be leather with a heel. I've never ever been able to do hiking boots or even like these. I just they need a lug on them. Like these the soles of these. I always call that cat food sole. They have that little looks like cat food frickin'. I've got them on the Chippewas right now. Hiker Chippewas. I don't know. But the lug on them, they got it. We're just doing different things. You know, like right now I'm dealing with snow and ice. Ice, they're horrible. Snow, they're great. But these look like they'd be ice skates. I mean, they brand new. It looks like they're wore out as far as traction, but that's not the purpose of the boot. The purpose of the boot is for climbing. And I am more of a logger that climbs. and now it looks like firewood. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not apples to oranges with you. If I had if I had a good amount of money, I would get a pair. Uh but there wouldn't be anything that I'd be interested in, to be honest with you. Like I said, you're dealing specifically with climbing bucket truck. You're dealing with lightweight. I have to have steel toe. That way my feet freeze. And I smack my boots quite a bit with a chainsaw, just because I'm stupid with it. Um, I don't know. They're pretty shoes. Westco Highlander, yeah, for climbing. I need the well. That's regardless. I need laces regardless. If I'm wearing a slipper, it needs to have laces. The only one that I can tell you that I don't is my muck boots. Yes, but my Crocs. I wish I could have laces on my Crocs because I don't think it hurt my back as bad. But when I wear my Crocs, they kill my back because they don't have any heel on them. I don't need steel toe. They are made in Romania. That's what it says. Brand Arbor Pro MFR Evo 29. Country of origin Romania. Yeah, that's what it says. Ba, ba, ba. The strap is, yeah, that's what I was reading. That's cool. That's cool. I wonder how the strap's tied in. If it's like weaved around the bottom and the heel on the inside of the stitching, that would be cool for support alone. I mean, you could hang yourself from a crane with that and be fine. As far as support, it's not just to the, I don't know what that actually is, but no, that's a first that I've ever seen that for sure. Uh, just happened to see it. Yeah, we're later tonight, man. I went out to Walmart and bought myself a little selfie stand here. Pretty cool. Uh, I love real military. Frickin' right. Frickin' right. I miss the Sportsman's Guide. I haven't been able to get one of their magazines in forever, but they used to have pretty decent boots back in the day and pants. Them pants used to last me years. I only need a pair for climbing, and that's it. LOL. Yeah, we certainly do different stuff, but sure cut some trees. Exactly, man. I'm more than happy to look at them. And like I said, I mean, if I was climbing daily, I would have a pair. Specifically because the boots that I wear, they have very good ankle support. They have very good toe box. They don't have a good. I don't have a shoe here. I'm not a shoey guy. Uh, but in between your toes, you know exactly where the strap goes. Uh, on the top of your foot. That is the problem that I have. I can never get it tight. I'll climb up the tree 30, 40 feet and then uh, put in my dual line. I'll go down and I'll cut my or cut. Yeah, I'll cut my lines. No, I'll tighten my boots up, and I'll continue, and it feels like I can do it again. I just there's play in that part of the leather. So something like this where you can draw right down to your toes. I could see really good things from this. But like I said, $300. One tree job would take care of this plus what that I do around here. Um, it's just necessity. I don't need it. It's the same thing as the throw ball deal. However, we'll see what next year brings, and maybe I'll be calling you up and saying, "Hey, give me a good hiking boot." To me, that's what they are, hiking boot, but they're climbing boots. Um, and as far as weight goes, I kind of like the weight of a boot, at least the concept, versus a light shoe, which it's 10 to 1, half dozen to the other. You know, because they've got the Gecko carbons, they've got the Gecko aluminums, and they got the Gecko steels. I've got the Gecko steels, and they're there. If I was 120 feet up in a tree and my legs were jello, maybe the carbon would help. But the fact that I've got 12 pounds of boot on my feet, you know, so it's it's hard. It's hard. Do you wear chaps or chainsaw pants? If my insurance is watching, every single time I cut. If not, unfortunately, I don't. I probably will wear them more often in the wintertime because it keeps you warmer. But my problem with the chainsaw pants or chainsaw chaps is I end up falling with the saw more often than not. Um, the pants, no, I've never found them. I have a pile of pants, and I don't know where to find the inserts. I've only cut myself once with a saw, and it was nothing. Not that it was a graze. I grazed myself. I set my saw on my pants. It didn't get really hardly any flesh. Not saying the next time, I won't be hitting people with my fake leg or something, but or dead. But no, it's not a good habit. But like I said, the chaps trip me up more than anything. I mean, I cut the bottom of my pant legs off, the seam on the bottom of my pants from the West Coast guys. They always cut it because when you get a sticker or a stick or something like that gets in there, it'll rip your pants. But if you've got that double stitch at the bottom, it won't rip generally unless you're really hustling. It won't rip and it'll make you fall. So I cut that off, and then if a stick gets up in my pants, it basically rips the denim. The same thing with the chainsaw pants. If you got that strap down there at the base, like mine are, I am constantly walking through brush or something like that, and a stick goes up through my pants in that strap, and then I'm down. And falling with a saw is dangerous, Cowboy boots and Harley boots. Every pair of pants, chainsaw, yeah. Prison Blues. I've got the Prison Blues. The inserts from Madison's. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Inserts. Copy. Now we're looking up inserts from Madison's. Inserts. Try this. Madison's Saw Shop. Shopping order. Download catalog. Oh no. Yeah, that's right. I have been. Okay. Do they have a search tab? No, I'll have to look up that later. Alright, well, I will look them up. So their sew-in must be then, right? I'm sorry, RC Fun. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Good to have you. Every pair. Chainsaw paint, yep. Prison blues with the inserts. My prison blues, I've had problems with prison blues already. I bought 3-4 pair and I've already ripped through 2 of them. I don't know what the deal is with them. No, I don't have a problem with that, Todd. I was just trying to look up a picture of what exactly it was. Inserts are removable? Okay. So are they like long underwear then? Let me see. Ooh, hold on 1 second. I'm going to do something real quick. Mute. That work? Let me see. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's muted or not. I'm trying to figure this out. I wore jeans that can stretch. Those inserts are a mule. I'm cheap. I get Wranglers and wear the. See, I'm the same way as far as that, but Wranglers don't. I don't know if it's with this new generation of man. They don't have a crotch box for me. That's my problem with Wranglers. They feel like a woman's crotch. They just they're way too slimming with the Wranglers now. And then the other ones that I've got are like way too long. They're like G Unit pants. I was watching my quick view of the processor. I just did one the other day, and I was like, "Holy cow! My pockets on my pants are like down at my knees." But you know they're up around my waist. I got my suspenders on, but the pockets are like they're like G Unit style pants. So I've got to figure out. Like I said, I've done the. I've got my hickory shirts. I love them. Love them. And with the sleeve cut off, I can actually patch them when I get holes in them. But they're denim. They're not like this garbage where I rip these all the time. But the pants, I went with the Prison Blues. And like I said, I've ripped the knees out of 2 of them already. And I think my wife has had to fix the crotch in another one because I completely separated the crotch out when I was kneeling down. I don't know. So yeah, the ones that the guys that wear their pants down by their ankles. You know, I was looking at the pockets the other day, and or on the video. I was like, why are my pockets down by my knees? You know, that's not cool. I don't need my wallet and other stuff falling out. Stretchy jeans. Well, I need stretchy jeans that are tough as fire hose. Like what was the was it Duluth? Used to have them. I never wore them. They're, you know, if they're 60, $80, I'm not in that game. Uh, you know, I'm Wrangler price. Uh, even even yeah, Prison Blues is a little up there, but G Unit parts are disgusting. Well, yeah, exactly. But like I said, you check out that first when I had my phone on a stump and I was running the processor. It was about like 6 minutes of me running the processor or whatever, and then I did a walk around and kind of showed what we had split and this is what the thing is, blah blah blah. Well, in the process, I don't know if it was where my camera was or whatever, but I watched it over and I'm like, why the heck are my pants pockets way down there? You know, I had suspenders on, so they were way up to my waist. But looking at the back of the pants, they don't look like that. But on the video, I was like, that ain't cool. That don't look right. So, you know, the wallet was even turned to the side, and the not that I was checking out my own butt, but something that just pops out to me. I was like, what's going on with the pants? That's what I mean. Frig, I'll pay up to $50 for a quality pay. Even Carhartt have gone with no crotch now. I mean, you put them in the washer and they shrink 3 sizes. I've been in a 33-30 since I was in 7th grade. Now I can fit into a 32-30, but I still like a 34. That way I can wear my long underwear, or wool pajama pants or something like that underneath them. Yeah, suspenders will change your life, man. They might not be the latest and greatest fashion deal, but as a concealed carry holder, my thing is I've always got a belt on me that's thick, and it doesn't have any. Well, I don't have it on me. I just took it off, but it's very tight. And the problem is that I started having nerve deals in my legs. It started restricting flow, I think, to the underside of me. My legs were starting to get numb, weird things. So I went in, and last time I had a little doctor's thing, I asked them about it, and they said, "Do you wear a belt?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Do you wear it tight?" I said, "Why wouldn't I wear it tight if I'm wearing a belt?" And they said, "Well, that does do something with the nerve in your hips." So exactly. I forgot what mine is. Mine's got the little ratchet system. I think I bought it at, yes, thick ratchet style. That's what mine is. You can buy the different buckles for them, But yeah, well, it's a gun belt, thick, with a plastic ratchet deal on the plastic zip strip on the inside with the steel engagement there. Nonetheless, that was causing me issues with my legs. So then I went to suspenders every day, and I keep my gun on me. I don't keep it, appendix style or on the hip or anything like that. I keep the gun on me. But if I'm at church or if I'm at Walmart or something like that, I'll have my gun belt on basically, and I wear that for 2 to 6 hours occasionally. And like today, I feel great. I feel fine. But like last Sunday when we went from church to out to stores, and then we had to go to my wife's family's Christmas deal after. I was in that thing for 12 hours, which isn't really a thing. I used to wear it every day to work and all throughout the day, but I started feeling the little tingle there in the knee. So it just, I loosened up the belt a little bit and it went away. So I think belts definitely do something to me. I'm not sure about it, but I know I've felt a lot better with suspenders. Suspenders on a saddle, man. Night and day. Night and day. Especially after a Thanksgiving meal. I'll let you know this too. Thanksgiving Day meal. You give it the old the button and the zip after dinner. You can do it with no hands now. You just do it, and you get your suspenders over the top. You can let everything loose, and your pants stay up. It's a blessing. I'm not kidding. The biggest thing, give them a try. The ones with the snaps, be careful with them. I've ripped seats in the side by side. I've ripped seats in my truck, and they will cut you. They will cut you deep on the back, from getting in and out of a seat. When you have a tendency to slide into your seat or whatever, if you know what I mean. After I went to the, I've got them right here somewhere. These are what I grab now. These are suspender buttons, and these are the, I think they're bucksaw loggers. And what you do, they've got a little sharp tack. You can kind of see the tack there, maybe. I know the camera's not the best on this. I think it's still better than the other cameras I've been using. But you put the tack through the jean, and then you give her a good whack with a hammer, and they're on. And I've had some issues with these ones compared to the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones seem to hold on a lot better. But I think I was hitting these buttons too hard, and it was crushing the inside. But nonetheless, I will let you know, man, it's been night and day for me. Like I said, I don't do anything for a fashion statement. It's all usability. The train conductor shirts, them things are bulletproof. Bulletproof. And they're cool. They're somewhat cool in the summer, and they're warm, and it's weird. It's weird. It's like a wool. There he is, C&M Customs. What are you doing, Bubba? Yeah, they even make them in steel. You can get steel suspenders, ground pounder. Yeah, West Coast saw. Yeah, you can get them too. It's cool to be cool. I've never been cool, so I wouldn't understand what it means, Bub. I've never even liked menthol, you know? What the heck? No. No, I get what you're saying. C&M, I'm going to get with you hopefully after the new year, Bubba, as things slow down a little bit. Been a little bit crazy. I just got with Babby. We're going to be getting together. I think next Friday, one of these Fridays, probably around 6, 7 o'clock at night, and we're going to be running saws, trying out these different pipes. I'm going to see if I can't get my other pipe off the neighbor and try that one on a 371 and get that tuned to it and kind of see the performance difference, because I'm not sold on the one that I built, but like I said, I want to get with you and I want to try to design some things and see what we can't do with that. Protos hard hat cheese. I can't do them. I cannot do the bike style helmets. I don't know. The neighbor had me in one. I don't think it fit right to begin with, but see, when I'm climbing, yeah, when I'm climbing, okay, I could see that. But even the West Coast style helmets they're awesome. They are all around awesome, but they're not great for climbing because of the brim. So, like I said, with the brim in the trees, it's a problem. It can be. It gets under a tree limb or whatever, but like I said, I mean, we do different things. I would definitely be happy to get one with the communications. That way, when I'm yelling to the groundy or when Matt's in a tree next to me or something like that, we can go back and forth with it. That's very handy. Or like when he was pulling trees over for me or whatnot, we could have communications. But no. Cena, yep. Even for snowmobiling. Snowmobiling, ATVing. GRCS as well, yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure the next route I'm going. Right now I'm looking at I'm just trying to figure out how in depth I'm going to go here because I've already got quite a bit of money invested in this firewood side. I've got money invested in the logging. I've got the logging side. I've probably got 30,000 invested. The climbing side, I probably got 10,000 invested, and now the firewood side, I've probably got around 15, 20,000 invested. So I'm going to stick a mutt, I guess. I think the firewood is generally what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing logging and firewood all winter long, I think. I do have a couple odd and end jobs that I won't be recording, but I think the content for now on will be firewood, and then as we run low on the firewood, like this next week's supposed to be in the 40s and 50s with rain, so I can't be pulling trees. I don't want to be pulling trees through the mud, and then I don't want to be going back and forth with the processor, uh, making the trail mud for with a tractor, bringing the logs in. So it's gonna be a fun week until we get the ground is now froze, but we're gonna lose that frozen ground this week. I think it's a hard time of year. It's like springtime. Hard sitting on your hands, but there's not much you can do but make a mess. Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. How long have we been going? Kept me busy for 90 minutes. Holy cow. Well, I don't know what else is going on. He was the life of the conversation here. Todd, what do you got? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, my grandfather was a Marine. I got his bulldog right there, probably. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Right here. Right in between the Jack Daniels there. That's his flag after he passed there. But I had a whole list of things with the firewood to discuss and whatnot, but you've been up long enough for me to go eat with a. How you doing, Velcro? How you doing, Bubba? I miss you. How's the health? Yeah, freaking you get ground pounder in here, man, and the time flies. He just question. I skipped half his questions. It's great being one of those misguided children, USMC. Yeah, it's hard. That's a hard one. My grandfather was the Marines or prison, I believe. So he went into the Marines. Yep. And then the old PTSD got to him pretty good. So that's a rough subject. That's a rough subject. But he's still with me. At least in the heart. Taking her easy. you're among a new family now, Todd. Long for this ride. Like I said, you got my number, brother. You ever need anything, you call. Ever need anything. Any hard times, anything, anybody in here that's struggling with any of that stuff. I've got an open phone for any type of help when it comes to that PTSD. We've all lost plenty of family over that mess. Or we at least know somebody that has, you know. Yeah, my grandfather, yeah, he left '05. '05, the year before I started driving. Say live chat participants. No, I wasn't meaning that, ground power. I mean, you send so much at me. I elaborate when you ask me questions. I want to answer it, but I want to answer it full, and I try to go back to where we were, and it's like, holy cow, I answered that. I didn't answer that. Let's get back to this, and then I got another question. So like I said, I wasn't meaning I skip you. No, like you said, you were the only one here. You know what I mean? Tonight we've actually got we got 5 people on here, which is cool, which is really cool. It's a Christmas miracle. Yeah, grandfather lived and died a Marine as well, buddy. Yeah, I think Grant went in 16. I don't know, Vietnam. Wasn't good time. Wasn't good. Wasn't good. Like I said, I ain't gonna get onto that too much. But either way, there's always an open line here, nonetheless. But I don't know. I don't really want to get too deep into the firewood if we're gonna wrap this up. There's a lot of things I can kind of bounce ideas off. That's more or less what I need to do, and we might do a another live stream a day this week because I wanna pick some brains about firewood sales. Uh, I want some I want some back and forth with it, like only sticking to face cords and cords versus truck bay. You know what I mean? Truckload wood. That just kind of bounce some ideas. There's a lot of things with it. Green wood, seasoned wood. Uh, yeah, like I said. But if I don't have GP out, well, that's the biggest problem, Todd. Like I said, I try to be on for 1. Uh, Today I don't think we got on till 3. Like I said, generally church gets out around 11:30. Took the family out to eat, and we would have been back for 1. I would have been able to, but we had to go to town, do some last minute shopping, that type of deal, and uh, it just life happens. I try if I can get here for 1, or I'd say all the way up to 4. If I can't get here for 4, I'll probably put out a little announcement saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to do a live stream today. Just let you guys know that type of deal. But yeah, uh, I'll do my best to try. But I wanna see if I got any service out in the woods, and if I do, maybe I'll do a live stream by a fire or something like that. We've done that. We did that last year or the year before on the RSD channel, and that turned out good. That turned out real good. I think we had like 80 something people watching. That was back on the other channel where I had a lot of people that were into the gaming stuff. This channel, we're starting to get there. I see the normal 100 views pop off on a video generally now. So it'll just take some time as I build a community, because, like I said, my career now is kind of a mutt where I do a little bit of everything, and then my YouTube is kind of turning into the same thing, where on Rubber Side Down, it went from a motor vlog channel to a I'm injured and laid up for 2 years. So I did some gaming because that was all I could really do from a bed. And then once I got back into it and better, I I kind of just kept the gaming thing going on. Um, because it was easy. I could do my job, I could do my work, that type of thing, and come home and play a game for a half hour or an hour, and people watch. But this is more of what I'm doing on the daily, or if I'm able to record what I'm doing on the daily. I just try to do something logging related or something firewood related or something like that, to kind of keep that niche of people. So maybe do a Monday. Well, Monday's Christmas, bud. That's tomorrow. Like I said, I think Sky Hunter was wanting me to do something like that, and I'm not comfortable with that. Just there's too many predators and other garbage out there that I don't like bringing my family in all that much. I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I watch Logger Wade, and I so much want to be able to have content like him where he can have his wife on there, his kids on there, they go get the tree and this, that. But I've been on YouTube for so long, and the little bit of family that I put on there, there's been more comments deleted from that type of content that I've made, that I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. But others, yeah, well, like I said, it all depends on the weather. Tom, or Todd. I don't know why I'm thinking of Tom Gates. uh, Mondays or whatever, if it's raining or something like that, then sure. But now, still after doing this for a year, when I'm working, I'm working. I don't want to mess with the camera. I'm going to do my best. Like I said many times, I'm going to do my best to make better content. I'm going to do my best. I've got to say it to myself many times. I'm working for myself, and I have a fight or flight mentality with that. When I'm working, I am not one to hold a conversation. Actually, some of the logging content that's going to be coming up and has been shown in the past. So any of the skidding videos, generally, unless something happens and I do go to work for John again, if he gets local, I'll let you guys know. Hey, we're back skidding wood today or something like that. But any of that stuff is going to be from last year, the year before that, or the year before that. Especially as the skidding videos continue to go up, you're going to see that I'm green, really green. And that was from me working at DOT, going into the woods on the weekend, or taking a day off of DOT and going down with John's brother from DOT and going out logging. I mean, I've got some green footage where I am scared to go down a little hill. So just be prepared for that stuff. I've got so many. I've got, I think, over 30 or 40 videos already to go up, or they're already on YouTube, but I haven't put them up. They're uploaded. They're just privated right now. So when I have a stretch where there's nothing going on and I don't have a video, I'm going to throw one up and I'll throw another one up. And I've been doing that quite a bit here in the past week just because the content, like I said, I went down. I basically wasted 4 days for content with that trip to Ithaca, which was awesome. Dad and I had a blast doing it together. I had the Chainsaw Christmas, which I wish I would have got content from, but I was so wrapped up with the tree cutters and the fellers and the climbers and all that other that I was sponging everything and not wanting to put a camera in people's faces at that time. So I'm back logged. I've got 4 or 5 days recent videos that I've got to edit up and then I can put up. But like the John Deere 3038E, 20 plus inches of snow. That was from 2 years ago. I've got one here that I'll put out tomorrow. Tesla set a Christmas surprise. That was in my dad's garage. They bought a Tesla 2 or 3 years ago, and I think he's seen his garage doing all sorts of funky lights or something in it. He went out and there was a Christmas deal that Tesla sent to all their cars, so it does different sounds. It was kind of cool, but like I said, yeah. So quite a bit of this content is older, at least since December 5th. December 5th, yeah. So either way, if it looks older, it's from the other channel. That's all I'm trying to get at, nonetheless. But I think we've went long enough with this hour or 106 minutes. I hope people are still here. I'm sorry, guys. Just been been trying to catch up with you guys. I feel like I haven't streamed in 3-4 weeks here. Maybe not, no, but others, yeah. No. I'll try to figure out when people are around. That's the biggest thing. Don't worry, because I've been called worse, but I've got things. What do you mean you've been called worse? I didn't call you nothing bad. I'd like to be tech savvy enough to make any of all that tech stuff work, but it's hard to teach this 52-year-old dog nutrition. Buddy, I might be 32, but I don't think I'm any more computer illiterate than when I was 22. 10 years, 9-10 years I've been doing this on the YouTube, and it's becoming more and more foreign. So don't worry about that in the least. Like I said, that's why I might not be the next Mike Morgan or Wrangler Star, but I'll try. I will try to do something better. I will. My biggest thing is content. I put the video machine down, I do the work, and I don't have B-roll. I don't have what are we doing. I don't you know what I mean? I need to actually take the camera, or almost like I need to go and do 2-3 cords of wood and then take the camera and then start my day on the camera. That way I have everything that I wanted to or expected to get done, and then I have time to do the recording stuff. That might be what it is. Instead of trying to do 3 chords and then get that extra, 4/5 chord, take them 3 chords, be happy with it, and then make some content with it. That might be... Wow, yeah, we've all been called. Look at my comment section, pal. Look at my comment section. We've all been called it. I've gotten to the point now where I'm just deleting stuff. It's not that I'm trying to hide it. It's not that, but I don't need you getting on there, reading it, and then getting mad that he's calling me this. Or like GP was on there a couple times and people were bashing me, and then he got involved, and then I just deleted. So generally, I mean, if they're calling me an idiot, hey, idiot, you're cutting your stumps too high, blah, 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 I don't care. I leave that stuff on. But when you're insulting me, insulting my family, or insulting somebody else from the channel, out of here. I'm not dealing with it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I used to leave it there, just because I have nothing to hide with it. But there's a difference between hiding it and just we don't need to see it. We don't care. You know. So, nonetheless, guys, I want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. God bless y'all. And I just bought, for anybody out there, any interest, I just bought 100 Gideon Bibles. These are the New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs, Psalms and Proverbs. Anybody out there that wants to receive one, you let me know, and I will do what I can to get it to you. Like I said, I've got 100 of them. Every single chainsaw, muffler, anything that I sell is now getting one of these in the box. Times are changing, boys. God bless y'all. We will see you next time.